But right now we have two guests with us. We have Sherrie Lyons, and we also have Trang Thai on. And they're going to be talking about, and I'm sure that maybe if you've been on the internet, you've heard about TED Talks. TED Talks is a short snippet, maybe a 15-minute of some leader that gives you a topic to ponder, think about, illuminate. Well, these two ladies are bringing very similar, well, kind of, to Schenectady. So, Trang, tell us, and Sherrie, I don't know who wants to start, tell us exactly what TED Talks is.
Yeah, it's very interesting to me because I've been a big fan of TED Talks. These are, TED stands for Technology, Education, and Design. And the theme is ideas worth spreading. And official TED Talks are really kind of very famous, cutting edge people. And to actually go to a TED Talk in person, it's very expensive to go to those because, in fact, they're actually geared for venture capitalists who will invest in these ideas. But under the rubric of TED Talks of TED, they have sponsored or offering to sponsor what are known as TEDx events. And Trang here actually went and you apply to the TED organization.
So it's formal. It's formal. You have to make that connection.
It is formal to actually to be able to use the TED title. And in fact, how I found out about this was I knew about TED Talks, and I didn't even know what was TEDx. I just kind of wandered into this meeting thinking that it might be connected.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah. So these are local, put on by volunteers like Trang and me. Our budget is $0.
And you're doing your first one at the library. And you brought a video. Do you want to show that video? Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these are independently organized. I think we've had a core group of hardy volunteers that have brought in very interesting speakers. It follows that format of not longer than 18 minutes per talk. It's a half-day event, and we'll show 2 TEDx videos as part of the day. Right?
No,
well,
so let me actually add some annotations to this.
Okay, good.
TED actually stands for Technology, Entertainment, and Design.
Oh,
and it is a global set of conferences that run by private nonprofit sapling foundations under the slogan, Ideas Worth Spreading. So TED's early emphasis was on the technologies and designs. It's consistent with its Silicon Valley's origins, but it has since broadened its focus.
I love the TED Talks.
Into many scientific and cultural and academic topics. So the main TED conference is held annually in Vancouver, Canada. So in this same spirit of ideas worth spreading, TEDx is a program of local self-organized events that bring people together to share the TED-like experience. And at TEDx event, TED Talks videos and live speakers combine to spark deep discussions and connection in this small group.
Well, we have so much in our area. We have a lot of universities. Yeah. We have a lot of technology with Global Foundries, with the GE, with a number of, with the Knowles. I mean, there is so much to draw on in our area that we are so fortunate.
So that's exactly the same idea is that our mission at least is to bring the local community leaders, thinkers, and doers together to engage in ideas worth doing that will make a positive impact in our local and ultimately global community.
Mm-hmm. And it can spread, globally as well. That's great. Your first event is going to be at the library, is that correct?
Right. That's correct.
In the McChesney room.
At the McChesney room. And what is the date of that?
It's going to be on May 9th.
May 9th. Now, can anybody come to that? Or
So it is free and open to public.
Okay.
Our size of audience right now is about 100 attendees, but up to this point, just 2 weeks away from our event, we are sold out. However, we have
well, that's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah. We have a waiting list, and we hope you will also check it out because There's also a pretty good chance you might be able to get your RSVP seats.
Right.
there.
Well, that's
I hate to say
exciting.
this, but because it's a free event, even though people RSVP'd, since it's free, we probably will have a lot of no-shows. So, I think if you're interested,
you bring up a good point.
So I
because if
think
people-
honestly, if you're interested, you should really still go sign up, make your reservation, and I think there still will be a good chance that you'll get in.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea of what you're doing. And who's one of the first speakers? Have you?
So in terms of our speaker lineup, we have the first one is Larry Lewis.
Okay.
And he is a retired GE principal chemist. So
His recently, actually, it's very interesting. I thought he was going to talk about chemistry. He just retired, but he's now really devoting himself in retirement to developing consulting and for nonprofits. So he's actually really going to be talking about his own personal sort of voyage from, bringing in millions of dollars in grants for GE
To maybe helping a
to
nonprofit.
helping nonprofits
And that's really local, because that's what you're talking about,
That's right.
is empowering the local community. And these talks would stimulate and share
Right.
many of the...
He's a very funny guy.
And I would also happy to run through this list
Yeah,
really
if you
quickly.
could do that, that would be great.
So let me see. I'm going to go through the list, not in any particular order.
That's okay.
But,
It gives
so we
people
have,
an idea.
Right. So we have Andrew Faust. He's one of the premier permaculture teachers and designers in North America. Now,
Wow.
permaculture is a term, it refers to system approach, so it has many branches from ecological design, ecological engineering. And then we have John Delano. He's a geologist, professor emeritus at the University of Albany.
He's actually astrobiologist.
Astrobiologist. Oh, that's where you
He
send the
has
little
given-
mice up into the...
Now,
into the
what's interesting about him is he's given many talks. He always comes to various groups, and latest update about sort of exploring about life in outer space. But this is going to be his new hobby, which has actually become practically professional, is he's going to be taking the tools, the technology to explore outer space, and he's turning it on Earth, and specifically just east of Troy, to be looking at the archaeology and old stone walls.
Oh, exciting.
So I'm
Yeah.
actually,
Very
I'm
fascinating.
a
And
big
you're,
fan of.
that is your field. Yeah, you
I'm
love
a
that.
big fan of his. He's a wonderful speaker, but I actually haven't heard him talk on this material.
Wonderful.
So
Well, we're almost out of time, so we want to make sure. Yeah.
Oh, sure. So we have Mahmoud Karimi Hakat. He's from Iran. He is one of the immigrants here, and he's a poet, author, translator, resident artistic director of the festival Cinema Invisible.
Okay.
A very fascinating talk too. James Bray is another GE scientist and technologist, 40 years there. Richard Smith is another scholar, change agent, developing, implementing community-based programs for the disadvantaged populations. And then we also have Ricky Lewis.
Ricky
Lewis,
Lewis.
the
Yeah,
geneticist, the
she's
science
terrific.
writer.
Yeah.
Yes. She's a science writer with a PhD in genetics.
Yeah.
And
Her
then we
books
have-
are great. I love her
Right.
books.
Right. And we have Robert Bounds. He's a serial entrepreneur who has founded a lot of like startup companies, and also one of the companies that he co-founded is the Tech Valley Center for Gravity in Troy, which is kind of makerspace. And Tina Clark is a trainer, consultant, advocate, and director for nonprofit programs.
Well, they've done a great job. I mean, would you not agree? You're watching this now, and you know that you've got to go. How often are you going to be doing these?
I think once.
Well, our idea is to introduce this into the region as a new movement and a new energy. So we would be very.
You're going to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, we would love to have it coming back to the city every year as a cultural features and scientific and learning educational events here. But again, we are operating on zero budget, and we are a group of volunteers who actually have really share the passion for ideas and learning, and
Well,
serving the
we need
community,
it. We need
so.
a start, and you're making it, and that's the important thing. So please support this and watch for the next one. And who knows, you know, maybe you'll see someone you know being up there. So, well, thank
What
you
about
both for
the
being here.
About the Facebook or the link to sign up?
Well, yeah, but that's on the web. So, anyway, thank you so much both for being here.